Do you like wildlife? I'm currently a full-time volunteer here at Aspen Valley Wildlife Sanctuary in Ontario, Canada. Watch until the end to find out how you as well can help wildlife in need. So let's go and talk to Jan for a general overview.
I'm Jan Kingshott. I'm the Director of Animal Welfare here at Aspen Valley Wildlife Sanctuary. So basically my job is to oversee all the animals in our care and all the volunteers that are looking after them. We usually average about 70 animals throughout the winter months. That's including our permanents and our rehab animals. We have the rehab program, which are the animals that are coming to us that are orphaned or injured. And our goal with those animals is to fix them up or let them grow up and get them back out into the wild again. And usually we're seeing around 1,000 animals per year that come into our facility. And then we have our permanent program, which is our permanent animals that don't get to go back out into the wild again. And sometimes they were never even in the wild. So these are animals that came to us from roadside zoos that have closed down, and these animals needed a permanent home. Or animals that maybe couldn't be released back out into the wild again. And then, we're able to provide that home for them. So currently we have, I think, just under 30 animals in our permanent animal program. And in that program, the public is actually allowed to come in and view those animals. And they are educated on, why that animal is here. And basically like what's happening with that species in the wild. So right now we have 9 wolves, we have 6 black bears, we have bobcats, we have lynx, we have moose, we have foxes and coyotes, and those are all animals that the public can view and learn more about on our daily tours that we have here.
I'm Kevin. I'm the Assistant Director of Animal Care here at Aspen Valley, and I've been working here for 2 years now. And behind me are the otters. So the otters, both my wife and me and some volunteers raised these little guys here. So there's one over there and 2 close to the water. I'm not sure if you can see them. So we raised them, and they came in spring. They were babies, really small. And now they're pretty big right now, but they're still going to grow, and they're going to be released next year. So, and as you can see, they have a big outdoor enclosure. So this is their outdoor part. We still have an indoor enclosure too, and they have a big pond. So that's very important for these little guys. So they can look for food. They have to swim, of course, they're otters, and they have to be in the water.
I would say the majority of the animals that come into our facility are orphaned, and so those are the animals that are coming in the months of May, June, and July. And then they're orphaned for various reasons. It could be they were just found by the public. Sometimes they're separated from their families, hit by cars. It's usually mostly some kind of human interference that these animals are coming into us.
So this is Murphy. Murphy is he's our only male on the property, and then Mabel, I think she's behind the shed right now, or she's coming there. So they both came in last, I would say, spring, summer. And they'll stay here for another year. And Mabel, so the first one that went in, she was very injured. Like, I think she was attacked by a dog or something. She had a lot of wounds, or there was something wrong with the pelvis, but now she's doing a lot better. Murphy, he was fine, he was just orphaned. He was separated from his mom, and now he's doing a lot better too. Both of them will stay here until next spring. We have a special otter nursery next to a beaver nursery. So we raise them at a special, like it's another location on Aspen side, so it's really small and it's only for them. So when they're small, they get hands-on and we take care of them all the time, like we're always there. And as soon as they grow up, they will go into our aquatic building, and then in the end, this is the last stage before release. So we have a step-by-step, and also based on their age, based on their weight, so we all have to measure what they get for food, how much they get for food, all of that. So this is the last stage of their care, but it's a long stage because, like I said, next spring they're going to be released, so it's another I would say at least 5 months before they're going into the wild.
This is the aquatics building where we have 8 young beavers right now. They are all orphaned, and that's why we have to take their parents' role and provide food, fresh straw, And of course new browse, because they are beavers after all, they like to eat the bark. So when they are old enough, they will get transferred to an outside pond where they have enough space to get used to living in nature before they will be finally released into the wilderness. Until then, they will stay here in the inside enclosures, and because it's limited space, we have to clean their pools daily, because quite frankly, they poop a lot. Beaver poop.
Couldn't do it without volunteers, really, because we only have a limited amount of staff. We are a charity, so we don't have a lot of money, right? So we can't pay everybody to do what needs to be done here. So we do rely on volunteers. For the animal care, we have lots of volunteers that come in and help us hands-on with the animals, which, you know, is a lot of work in those spring and summer months. And then there's also volunteers that help us with maintenance, just because we have a very large facility here, so we need lots of help keeping it going. We have volunteers that help us with fundraising, marketing, education. It's just really unlimited, the amount of things that are capable, like you're capable of doing here in a volunteer aspect.
How can people reach out if they want to help?
They can go right to our website, and they can go onto the volunteers link, and then just send us an email, and then just let us know like what you're mostly interested in helping with, and then we can try and fit you in, you know, whatever we have available, we can try and fit you in that way.
The website is aspenvalley.ca.
That's correct, yes. And you can also donate, that helps us. I mean, like we said, we are a charity. We don't get any government funding at all. So we are able to do this solely on the donations from the public. It does take a lot of money to run this facility, and you know, we really appreciate everything we can get. There's also other ways of donating, which is also your time, which is volunteering, but there's also donating goods and services, which really help as well. So, you know, there's a lot of different ways you can support us.
You heard it here first, so go to aspenvalley.ca and consider volunteering or donating.